And we are set now for the men's 800-meter race. Expected to be a battle between Brandon Rock, the 23-year-old 1995 NCAA and U.S. champion, and Johnny Gray of the U.S.
I'm glad you went out on a limb and chose those two as the favorites, because while you're right, those are two of the best. This is an outstanding field. One of the races today that really is a preview of the Olympic Games. Johnny Gray, longtime American star, bronze medalist back in the '92 games, had 2 down years the last 2 years, although last year he ran an outstanding time. And just last week, 1:44.64, which he called an easy run for him, one of the fastest times in the world. Brandon Rock, really the great discovery of last year, as you mentioned. And this guy's exciting. He never runs a race pattern that you would expect from him. He's always doing something a little different, a little crazy, gets himself into trouble, but he finds a way to get out of that trouble as well.
Brandon Rock, who began his collegiate track career at the University of Nevada, and then when that school dropped the program, he transferred to Arkansas. That's a pretty good choice.
Arkansas dominating the collegiate ranks over the last few years. As we look at the longtime American record of Johnny Gray, heading towards 11 years in duration, not to mention the 15-year-old record of Sebastian Coe from Great Britain.
Joseph Tengelei of Kenya also expected to contend in this race.
Lives and trains in the United States and won the U.S. Championships indoors in 1995, attended Abilene Christian, and a very bold runner, as it looks like Dennis Rodman may have jumped into this field.
I had a sense of deja vu and thought I was back in Chicago.
That's Nico Motchebon from Germany. A very interesting story. Motchebon, a former modern pentathlete who got fed up with German politics and how they chose their modern pentathlon team, showed up for track practice one day, and 2 months later was in the World Championships. There he is. Very tall athlete, has done a lot of his training in the United States.
Is he into body piercing?
Haven't gotten that up close with him recently.
Then he's not in Rodman's class.
And does this look like the Johnny Gray of old, as Gray behind the pacemaker but leading the rest of the pack?
Now the rabbit is Douglas Kalawembo of Zambia. See what kind of pace he can set for the first 400 meters.
Well, not providing a useful pace for the rest of the athletes because he's too far ahead. But Johnny Gray stayed close enough to take advantage of it. And Johnny Gray is such a great front runner. Very few people have run as successfully from the front as Johnny. When he's in the lead, he's just so full of confidence. That's where he likes to be. It's the races where he gets out behind where he sometimes doubts himself.
Johnny Gray with a sizable lead. David Kiptoo currently running in second from Kenya. Hacini is third. Jean Destine of Haiti is currently running in fourth. Johnny Gray holds his lead.
Those strides are just so intimidating, especially for an athlete like Kiptoo, who's only 5 feet 8 inches tall.
Johnny Gray looks strong, Craig. David Kiptoo second. Hacini is currently third. Motchebon moving up on the outside. Tengelei is also there, but Gray wins it with ease.
And now crossing the finish line several seconds behind Brandon Rock. Let's be fair, he has had a sinus problem in recent days. A little bit of injury problem after the indoor season, so not a happy day for him. But Johnny Gray, 33 years old, 35 years old, Johnny Gray, looking to be in top form. He's running like a 33-year-old, or a 23-year-old for that matter.
Indeed.
You know, Johnny was the only one that went with the rabbit. Even he wasn't right on his shoulder, but he had an immediate gap. And his great experience lets him do something that many 800-meter runners are afraid to do, don't have the courage to do, which is run a hard third 200 meters. It's very hard when you've got a whole lap to go to push the third segment of the race, because you're still going to have another half lap to go after that. Johnny Gray did that, and that really won the race for him. All these guys came charging down the home stretch, but it was just too little and too late.
Let's go down to Craig Sager.
Well, Johnny, your first comment to me is it's hot. Well, it's going to be hot this summer, too. You're undefeated on the track here. 11 years after setting the American record, how do you feel about the campaign this season?
Well, I'm definitely optimistic for my future. I feel that I'm in the best shape that I've ever been in. I had a setback last year, but anytime I'm faced with negative attributes, I always find something positive to keep me going. I thank God for my success, and look out for bigger and better things for Johnny Gray.
Craig Masbeck said the key to the race was staying up there with the rabbit while everybody else fell behind. Was that right?
Well, yes, that was the key, and I kind of lost my focus in the beginning. I let the pack get in front of me, but that's something that I had to learn how to fight my way out of, and I did well today in doing that, and I'm pleased with my performance today.
I'd say welcome back, but you never left. Johnny Gray with the win here.
Yeah, thanks.
Let's go back to Vert.
Let's give you the official results of the men's 800 meter. Johnny Gray with the victory. Kiptoo finished second. Tengelei third, and Motchebon from Germany was fourth.